I'm responding to Big Mouth B, the video Desteni Productions questioned, and the text to this video says, well, this guy says, I'm busy watching the videos of Desteni Productions. It will keep me busy for the next 99 years. It confused me. All equal in one, ... The dark and the light, both one, but only the dark speak through destiny. Is destiny representing heaven or hell, love or fear? I'd like to respond to this to begin with. I've heard before people saying, Desteni is a Satanist group. Because we debunk religion and do not support religion. What is interesting, however, is that even Satanism in itself is a religion. So let's call it dark, and let's call all other religions and spirituality light. The problem with both light and dark is that there exists a separation between master and slave, between worshipper and the one worshipped. There exists a separation of oneself from oneself because one is seeking for fulfillment, for power, and for forgiveness in some force, someone or something separate from oneself. And within this is seen that both light and dark is in fact religion. So heaven and hell is equal in one and is the same, because heaven and hell is actually representing the education and manipulation system that begins with the parents and family, and that is based on the bipolar construct called love. And this construct says that if you're a good boy or girl, you will be rewarded, and that is heaven. But if you're a bad boy or girl, you will be punished, and that is hell. Desteni stands neither for the dark nor for the light. Desteni stands not for separation. Desteni stands not for polarity. Hence equality. Equality in the microcosmos as well as in the macrocosmos is the point where actual self-power, self-will, and self-determination is possible. Because as long as one defines oneself through a master, be it dark or light, there is no self-determination, there is no self-will, there is no self-power. So Desteni Productions have made thousands of videos and vlogs aimed at questioning the current accepted system, the current accepted world system, as well as the current accepted human nature system that we have accepted ourselves to believe is who we are and how we are. And obviously the statement that there is no objectivity where man is the interpreter can be broken down to the fact that since man is looking at the world in oneself through the filters of one's brainwashing, let's call it the manipulation of education that creates a human that only understands terms in the context of polarity, and not only that, but a human being that interprets the world based on one's culture, religion, even race or nation, tradition. So these are all things that tell us how to interpret the world, and therefore, because we are interpreting the world, we are not seeing the world. We're only seeing our own ideas and beliefs about the world. And therefore, it is common sense that there is no objectivity where man is the interpreter. And yes, definitely one must be cautious when anyone or anything is promising miracles or salvation or anything for that matter, because if we look at this whole system from birth to death, it is based on promises of a good life, promises of opportunities, promises of love, promises of promotion, promises of ascension, promises of success. And within all these promises, the human being lost itself and is losing itself. And therefore it is ludicrous, to say the least, to depend on promises or to have any hope for that matter, because that would imply that one is waiting and expecting for things to happen while no directive principle and no self-responsibility is taken. And therefore within that, one is still a slave and is not in fact evolving, standing up, becoming self-power through self-will. So at Destiny, no promises are made. At Destiny, we look at things directly and learn tools to remove the veils of our opinions and beliefs, judgments and ideas about the world and ourselves, so that we can see eye to eye, direct what is here, and call things by their name. Now, this video I'm responding to ends with the words, love, the oil of all existence. And it's quite interesting because there's many that place all their faith in something called love, which is undefined, which is not practically even seen in this world, because had there been any love that is real, this world would have been a different one this very moment, but it's not. So the oil of existence, yes, love and promises is keeping the system running, or should I rather say the idea of love and delusions of love and projections of love based on, again, culture, tradition, religion, ideology, all these things. So love has become a spectrum, a phantom, a ghost that many would like to believe in, but all it does is, just like promises, it keeps the system running and keeps the world as we know it, and nothing ever changes, because we sit and wait for love, for a savior, for something to make things happen, while we are not standing up as life, we are not taking self-responsibility. And this is not acceptable. So the question is not love or fear, because that is basically, again, only the bipolar construct of this world, the bipolar construct of light and dark, and so on, which in essence is in fact the same, because in essence it is all mind realities and mind creations, different for each one, and therefore not able to be grasped practically. Both love and fear are useless practically in this world, because both are simply standing in the way of one's own will as life, of one's own power as life. Because as long as one is hoping and waiting for love to come or for fear to stop, one is abdicating oneself, one is abdicating one's power. So at Destiny, we do not suggest submitting to the bipolar construct of this world. Instead, we suggest investigating what we have accepted and allowed this world to be and become, and what we are accepting and allowing within ourselves, what we are accepting ourselves to participate in through the mind, while we disregard this physical reality both as a whole, as the world, and individually as our physical body, for instance. So there's many things to be questioned in this world, of this world, and that is exactly what Desteni Productions is and has been busy with in the last 3-4 years. There's many videos debunking systems of this world, inner and outer systems of this world, and there's practical tools with which each one can assist themselves independently, individually, in self-honesty and self-responsibility, to purify oneself and start removing the layers of deception, start removing the veils of this falsehood we have accepted as life, to actually see what is possible and to stand up and not accept anything less for life. Stand up. It is never too late to forgive yourself, and self-forgiveness implies self-correction. Self-forgiveness is obviously useless without self-change, self-correction, but self-forgiveness is the point where one is able and willing to admit to oneself, hey, I have been brainwashed, I have been blind, I have been arrogant, I have been self-centered. I see now what I've been accepting and allowing within myself, within my world, within my reality. I see now what this behavior of mine, what this personality of mine has been supporting in this world as a whole, and I realize that this cannot continue this way. I will not stand for this, and therefore I correct myself practically. I live a correction of myself in a way that I dignify myself, I purify myself and my relationships in this world, because that is what creates this world, you and I. And therefore that is where all correction must start. So remove all delusions, remove all hopes, and take self-directive. That is the message of Destiny. It is a message of self-responsibility, and it is a message of care and caring for what is here, realizing that we are responsible for everything that is here because we have either created it or accepted and allowed it or tolerated it and participated in it. Therefore, we're all in the same boat, equal in one, as this world a reflection of who we are, and therefore everything is worth questioning.